Dímelo, mi gente. What up? It's your boy Gus from Gus Villa Jewelry, and welcome to the Christmas edition of the VVS podcast. It is the very, very senseless podcast. We are back, baby, for episode, all three of us at the same time, number 77.
All right.
We're never going to get that because we're season 2, episode 6.
But here's the thing.
That's what
Here's
it
the
is.
thing.
And you're saying random numbers, by the way.
Yeah,
You're not
every
even
single
saying
time.
every single time.
Someone's going to catch on to me.
63,
He has no
86.
idea. He has no idea what it is.
This has actually happened seconds before the podcast turned on. Okay. Let's be real here. Let's get 5 seconds.
When
of
are we
realness.
not? When are we not?
I have some virtues. They're few and far between. Few and far between. However, one of them is I remember people's names. However, the juxtaposition of that, the
I
juxtaposition
call
of
bullshit
that
on that already.
is I forget. I'm a very forgetful person. But if you know me, there are some people that may take things that I do very like to heart. And I'll explain to you why. Say, for instance, we're out somewhere and they're like, oh, Gus didn't invite me to this place and we're all going here, right? You would be like, Gus is such an idiot. You're an actual like Down syndrome, autistic person that's functioning in society that like you would take no offense to that.
Correct.
Just before this Christmas edition podcast that you guys are hearing right now, we are having a Christmas party tomorrow for the company, of which Gallo is a intricate part of it. And I completely forgot to invite you. However, because you're my boy, and this is how I know you're my boy, were you offended by that? Yes or no?
No, because I know who you are.
Okay. I felt like he was a little offended. But I also know that you're my boy, and we're going to hold it down. You're going to come to the Christmas party. Am I right?
No, I'm not.
Welcome to the VVS podcast. Let's go. God damn it, it's the Christmas edition.
By the way, he was offended.
Nah.
I saw the look in his eye. He was
Nah,
offended.
nah.
And out of principle, you should be. I mean, like, if you're not, stand
out
up
of
for yourself and be offended. Because if you're listening to this, Strong 16, put it in the comments.
Shout out Strong 16.
Would you go somewhere where they forgot to invite you? And then you got invited because you didn't give context.
Right.
You got invited solely because you asked a question that had nothing to do with the event, with the party, with anything.
Yeah, like that's worst case scenario. You're like, yo, is there a Christmas party tomorrow? Are you doing something? I'm like, oh, yeah, come.
All right,
Yeah,
so-
that's beasting. But also, you're my boy, dog. We known each other since we're 14 years old, dog.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's more reason.
More reason for you to
Yeah.
be like, hey, by the way, Christmas party tomorrow. Before the fact, so let me dive into this a little
Give
bit.
us a little. There we go.
Let me
Let's go.
dive into this a little bit. So, I cheated a little bit. I might have overheard earlier this week or last week. Tomorrow was going to be the party.
Oh, okay. Who told you? You got
Not
insight.
you.
You got
Not you. Definitely not you.
You got
The
insight.
plot thickens.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
I had to hit him with it. Hey, yo, Gus, when's the party at, dog?
So
Just so you can feel like a bum that you are.
But here's the thing, dog. Like, I genuinely, this is out of the bottom of my heart. I don't care, dog. Like,
Obviously, we know
You know
that.
what I mean? So like,
we know that.
You know how I am. You know I'm an idiot,
I
dog.
know.
It'd be like, bro. It'd be like.
That's
I
why
don't
I'm
know.
not offended. That's why I'm like, it's just you being you.
No.
That's why you're my
You.
boy, baby. You.
Nah. The 2026 has to be the year of
We
accountability.
take account. I
thought it was 2025.
Yeah, and
honestly.
it is actually, but some guys are slow
But
learners.
1 year's a wash.
All right. This year's a wash.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
all right.
have to hold this guy accountable, and that's crazy.
Bro,
That was like kind of also. That was kind of like a little test. Like he was gonna see if you were gonna be like, "Oh no, are you hiding this from me?"
Yeah.
Dad? Like he
No,
wanted to get
No, not that he was
confirmation,
hiding
dog.
from me. Just that
but
I
it was
knew
definitely-
he's an idiot.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm such an actual retard that like, oh, we're bringing retard back, baby. 2025
R
and
word.
2026 is back.
We're back.
Baby.
R word is back.
So I'm such an actual R word that I don't even like. That's the thing. When you live free, baby, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what it is.
You just say things like,
hang 10 shaka bra.
Look at Shaggy over here.
nah, like I don't care. Like I'm like, oh, bro, yeah, that's right. Okay, come tomorrow.
When you live free, bro, you know what I'm saying? You just go, man.
You sound like a kid. You sound like a guy that wore puka shells.
man. You know
By the way, he did wear puka shells when he was in
of course,
sure.
I wore
Come
puka
on.
shells
To my
as well.
left, baby.
Damn, you're a puka shell? You wore puka
you
shells?
have to. You have to. It was a trend.
Damn, that's crazy.
To my left, it's the puka share Puka share.
It's the Puka Nakua.
It's the Puka Nakua of DJing. It's slow clap, baby. DJ Mello in the house.
No, I'm giving myself
That
a
was so cool.
good clap.
Yeah. You brought the cat scratches back. I wanted to call you out on that a little bit on the podcast. Is it like intentional?
No, you've
You're
had
the
that
king
forever.
of cat scratches.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm not.
which
I'm not
actually
hating.
you haven't had it. That's
Yeah, I
weird.
used to do the cat scratches for a while. I remember the cat. I used to do it too.
It's because you're a father now.
Yeah. It's because I'm a father.
That's
Or was it it's like a jail
Or
thing?
because I went. I
That's
knew that was
what
coming.
it
I was like,
is.
was
You're
it-
trying to
was
get
it
ahead of it.
before?
That's what
Yeah.
it is.
I was like, okay. When the punchline is, it's predictable. It's low hanging fruit. But I'm whatever. I'm not offended
It's
by
always
it.
going to happen.
Once again,
People
to my
don't
right,
forget.
boys, he is back. It's the second week in a row. It's Gallo, the producer.
With the Dolphins hat, I got to say something.
Yep.
Oh my God, here we go.
In the last couple pods, we have not, maybe once, but I can't remember in the last couple pods us shouting out the Strong 16. We usually do it at the beginning, the middle, the end, or every single
Something.
chance that we get to do it, we did not do it.
Maybe let's do something real quick. Maybe for the people that had just listened to this podcast, maybe we have some new followers. Who knows? Before, we're gonna do a little mention to the Strong 16. Before we were even slightly remotely taking this thing serious, we were just doing this podcast every once in a while. And then little by little, we started doing it more consistent. And then people started coming back and we started retaining an audience. And then we were getting 40, 50, 60, 80 views a podcast. And we had a running joke that said, there's only about 16 people listening to us. And we said, yo, it's 16 people. And then that evolved into the Strong 16. So the Strong 16 is like our beehive. There's only about 16 of you guys. You know what I
Right.
mean? You know what I mean? There's only about
I know what you
16
mean.
of you guys out there. And that's why it's shout out Strong 16, baby.
I lost a bet.
I hate Bear Romero. By the way, shout out Strong
Bear's the
16.
man.
but-
He's the leader of the Strong
Who's the one that
16,
says
really.
always like Jerry Gang?
Dude,
Jerry Gang.
that guy-
That
He's
guy
not
is
a member.
such
He's a rogue member
That
of the
guy
Strong 16.
Yeah,
does
but he's
not
like
miss.
he's like on some like lazy.
Yeah, like, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like
In Nicaragua, we say chupásela entonces.
yeah,
know what I'm
honestly.
saying?
And Jerry hasn't been even on the pod in months, and he's still out here. Shout out Jerry
Jerry
Gang. Like what a
dog.
loser.
Chupásela. You know what I'm saying?
honestly
It's the
weird.
holidays, baby.
It's the holidays. I lost a bet to one of the members of the Strong 16, M. Gomez,
Yeah, did
You tell.
because I told him
Yeah.
that the Dolphins were still going to make the playoffs when we were 1-7. I believe,
Yeah.
and we bet a hat,
Yeah.
and now I had to send them a hat to Winter Haven or whatever
Bro, you
loser
know,
town
you
he's
know
from.
what we should do, honestly, on some weird shit? Maybe next year, if we gain some more followers, like it'll be like a goal. We should do a Christmas party 2026 where we invite the Strong 16 to like, let's just meet up at a bar and we all just chill at this one bar. Let's say a Hooters or something, you know, or let's say a Twin Peaks, you know, whatever. Why?
Hooters, Twin Peaks.
Let's just,
It's-
there's this real cool bar just north of Hollandale. It's called Cheetahs. Like just,
Okay. Now you got,
now you got me.
now you got my
Now you got
attention.
me.
I thought you were gonna say Flanagan's, but
yeah, okay, we go. Okay.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I'll give Cheetahs a shot.
I'll give
This
it- I'll
sounds
give
good.
it a super bad reference. by the way.
So let's do it. Let's do Strong 16. If you're hearing this podcast now, next year Christmas party, we'll do like I don't want to call it a meet and greet. We're just all
No,
gonna
it's
yeah,
Friendsmas.
that's-
Yeah.
yeah,
Meet and
yeah.
greet, bro.
Yeah.
We're just hanging.
It's
Yeah.
it's the VVS podcast Friendsmas 2026.
All right, let's do it. Done.
You're probably
Guys
gonna forget to
being
invite
dudes.
people, but
Yeah,
it's been established that you're a bum.
I see what you did there, Papi.
You know, you
were you
bring-
offended, Gallo? Honestly, for
Yeah,
real.
be
For
real.
real. Be real though.
I'm being real. I
he
was
wasn't.
not
You weren't
offended at
offended.
all
Okay.
because I know the person that you are. I know you mean no offense by it. Like,
None.
Like
Nah.
you
No,
have
like-
no like hurt in your heart. Like
No.
nah. Like I'm not gonna tell this guy. Like this guy's a bum. Like no, I have.
Have I ever done something in our 24 years of friendship that has genuinely pissed you off where you're like, oh, maybe I'm not gonna talk to him? Like, can we air out some skeletons? Have we ever even gotten into like an argument?
A tiff? No, I don't think we've gotten even to a tiff.
Ever. There was a part of my life where I never thought I was gonna speak to you again, but not because I hated you,
Right,
but
right,
because like you were so in love with your girl.
Yeah.
Your past girl. Shout out
Yeah,
your current.
shout
girl,
out my
baby.
current.
Shout out.
Oh,
your
she's
current girl.
amazing.
She's
incredible.
amazing.
Yeah.
She may not like our porn addiction or your porn addiction specifically, but
That,
But that's
yeah.
not our problem.
but that's
Yeah,
not our
that's
problem,
not
right?
her, yeah.
right.
That's my problem.
Have
Not
we ever had a
yours.
tiff
with
with me, like
No,
me and you,
dude.
like beefing?
No, never. Not
Have you ever?
one.
Have I ever done something where like, dog, you're fucking annoying, dog.
No. Do I think that you're an absolute idiot and do like dumb things? Yeah, absolutely. But there hasn't been like one point
And
that
we've
I'm like,
traveled together.
yeah, there hasn't
We've
been one
done-
point that I've been like, yo, this guy sucks, man. Like that can't be my boy.
That's love, baby.
Yeah,
That's
it is
G&G,
love,
baby. That's G&G.
Can I interject this blowjob contest you guys have?
The little blows.
Gallo is a very patient person.
That too.
He
super.
lets things slide.
Super,
That too.
super,
Which
super.
you're seeing it right now
Yeah, yeah.
in live action. He
Yeah.
lets things slide. This is why this works.
Yeah, but no, but
because
honest-
you're like, okay, sometimes I sit there and I look at you and I'm like, there's no way this guy's this stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thanks, bro.
No, I do. I do.
Thanks, brother. I'm sitting right here.
I absolutely do.
Right. Okay, I get it. I get why. If you know Gus, you know that statement is
Thanks,
probably
brother.
correct,
Thanks,
man.
brother.
Hey, I love you though. I love you.
No, but I
you
can
know,
ask, I
you
can
know
ask,
whose team I'm on. You know whose team I'm on.
I could ask you the same question. When have we ever had a beef?
No, we haven't had a beef, no.
Yeah, when have we ever even had a riff?
No, we've not had a riff.
Like not even like a
Because of the same reason, it's like this guy's an idiot.
Yeah,
know?
have you had any
like
best-
you were the worst best man of all time.
nah.
But then I had to like
nah, shit was
like
fire.
I had to
It was fire,
Bro, how bad was he, Gallo? He was really bad. He was,
You weren't the best.
no, you were not the best
you
man.
were a mid man.
Yeah. If there's a mid man,
But
yeah.
I had to sit there and explain to people, to my mom, to my wife, to my mother-in-law. He's, he has a problem.
Right.
He's kind
Yo,
of a
but
little slow.
this is the thing about my friends that I could genuinely say. I'm as deathly loyal to them as they are to me. And I think that that's why I gravitate to certain people. Yeah. Because like, no matter what, dog, like, look, let's air out some laundry here. Gallo, I fucking love this fucking guy. He knows it. And maybe he's not the best for my store on Saturdays. He's not a salesperson, you know what I mean? But I don't give a fuck. I just keep his ass there because whatever, he's my boy. And he does it for me because he knows that nobody wants to come in on a Saturday. So he eats a dick, I eat a dick, and we're just
That's the only reason why I
dicks
do it.
together.
Basically eating each other's dicks.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing.
We're grinding dicks on Saturdays, and he's doing it for me, and I'm doing it
And
for
you
him.
just dicks
I'm not doing
everywhere.
it because I like that shit.
No, but that's what I'm
Are you
saying.
kidding
Because he
me?
knows
Come on.
nobody's going to come in on a Saturday. So he's like, all right, whatever, nigga. I'll eat a dick for
I'll eat
you.
it.
You eat a dick for me,
and we're
there we go,
chilling.
we're chilling.
We're too happy. Eat dick
Dick
and
eaters.
Dick eaters. Why couldn't I come up with that?
So that's what I'm saying. You did the best man thing because you know I would be just as stupid for you. Because, bro, I go out with you, bro. We've gone to tailgates where we've been just awful people. Awful people.
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
Like, dude, we were screaming into family members' ears. Like, you know what I mean? Fighting brother-in-laws. Like some real awful, unruly text
weird.
444.
Unruly
I
text.
can't believe we didn't get texted.
Fights, getting kicked out, like with your dog, like irresponsible, real irresponsible shit. And people tell me, so then why do you go with him to these events, dog? And I'm like, dog, I don't want to go with no one else. That's how we
one of
do
those
this.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, dog.
sorry.
Every once in a while, I'm gonna watch a classic episode outside of the stadium because they're gonna kick me out, dog. Not only are they gonna kick me out, then they're not gonna let us back in. Then we gotta sit there and watch the end of games in a satellite outside of the stadium. We're gonna go to Boston and we're gonna scream at family. Like, bro, there's a family right in front of us. They fumbled the ball,
lady.
and me and Mello are in this lady's face. Bro,
She must
has
have been
great
50,
credit.
60. I mean, amazing person.
Amazing person. We're
850 credit.
in her face, like, let's go. Being degenerates, dude. Like, where people are looking at us like, brother, listen, you have to tone it down a little bit, dog. And we're being like that.
Because we were the only Dolphins
Only
fans
Dolphin
there.
fans there.
Anytime anything would happen good for the Dolphins, obviously the entire
Obviously.
stadium's going to be quiet.
Yeah, and they would
and all you
pan in
hear
on
is
us.
two morons.
Yeah.
Just being the most obnoxious they could possibly be. But that's what sports is about.
That's
That's
what
what
sports
you go to
is.
the games
Sports.
for.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm sorry, I
However-
forgot you were there for the Florida State game. That
Come
I
on,
got into
brother.
a fight
Come
as
on,
well.
brother. So this is what I'm saying. People ask you, and I think that's the reason why I choose. Like the tight circle I have,
Right.
is because we are just as deathly loyal to them as they are to me, and that's the reason why. No
Right.
offense, you're coming to the Christmas party. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, I'll be
Let
there.
go,
Let's
baby.
go.
So in other words, to
I'm
wrap
not
that
gonna
up,
be
we all
there.
understand each other's autisms.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
exactly right.
Yeah.
We all eat each other's dicks.
Yeah.
Right? Metaphorically speaking.
Get rico to eat dick.
Speaking of eating dicks, did
Go
you
on.
see the NBA Cup champions, New York Knicks?
Oh yeah. Can we? All right. Before we get into this, can we just not do the Cup championship again, please? Please,
Bro,
brother.
I have.
I have such
There's
a
nothing
gripe
more
with that.
pathetic.
What does it do to you?
It grinds my gears.
It
actually.
grinds my gears, bro. God.
We should have like a little thing that pops up. Like,
Yeah, dog.
graphic.
The NBA Cup
grinds
grinds
my gears. It grinds my gears.
fucking gears, dog. Like, I want to slam this bottle and break it on my forehead,
Get a
dog.
laceration.
And wear it. And every time somebody asks me for the rest of my life, I'm like, yo,
NBA
NBA Cup. Does it grind your gears or does it not? Now it's like a bar thing. Now it's cool, you know? But I have to walk
battle
away with a
wound.
split open
Scar.
forehead.
It's like a party trick.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Exactly. I cut it open and then I seal it and then I cut it open and then anyway.
Scar tissue. Scar tissue. Scar
How'd
tissue.
you get that scar on your face?
Eating pussy. Scarface.
Scarface.
Reference. Anyway, go ahead.
NBA Cup champions. Yes, it's the most. Yeah, I did want to say that it is the most useless thing in all of sports. I'd rather watch preseason baseball.
Honestly,
I'd rather watch spring training in Jupiter.
Yeah, spring training, super spring training.
Yeah, I'd rather watch spring training in Jupiter.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
to Jupiter,
yeah, yeah,
sit,
yeah.
pay a ticket.
Yeah, and watch them play like against like double A teams.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like,
The Savannah Bananas.
the
The
Savannah,
Savannah
but that's more fun
Bananas.
than the NBA Cup. And what's more pathetic is that Knicks fans, of course, of all people, the most pathetic fan base in all of the NBA and potentially all of professional sports.
Sure.
They're celebrating it like they just won 3 times. Like they're the Chicago, like the '98 Bulls. You
a
would
bunch
think
of-
it's Scotty and Michael Jordan and Brunson's there crying with the cup. And then the funniest part of all, which is the point of all this, is Josh Hart sticking a finger in. That's
I did
how.
see that.
That's how unimportant the NBA Cup is. That you felt as your boy was giving a speech saying how amazing this is. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna stick a finger in his ass. This is what I want to do. You know what's even worse about that is that the probably Cat got jealous.
Yeah.
That wow.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
like, that should have been me.
Have you seen the video? There's videos. There's already memes out there.
Of course
it.
there is.
It's so good.
You know why, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
looking at me, no, because Cat, you know, he's
Cat, he's a little-
feminine.
Oh, because he's a little
feminine.
zesty.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen the
zesty.
zesty combination.
He's zesty.
Cat is the kind of guy
Cat is
that
zesty.
he'll go to sleep with a shirt on and no bottom. That's the kind of guy that Cat is.
The Winnie the Pooh is crazy.
The Winnie the Pooh.
The Winnie the Pooh is
1,000% he
crazy.
sleeps like that. 1,000% Cat sleeps like that.
Yeah,
Anyways, go
there's a compilation of him saying some real just
zesty shit.
crazy.
It's not even
shit.
it's not even the things that he says. It's like how he says it. It's very feminine. It's like the
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey interview. You
Oh
ever seen
yeah,
that one?
Yeah,
Jalen, yo,
of course,
Jalen
of course.
said some
Yeah,
shit.
You
man.
tell me.
Yeah.
That was mad zesty.
Yeah.
And he never did it again.
Yeah.
He had to hide his gayness. He's gay.
Okay,
Cat's gay. Jalen Ramsey's gay. Cool. And there's no problem
There's
with that.
nothing wrong with that.
For a long time, I thought you were gay. For a long
You know, for a
time.
long time, my to this day,
To this
my
day.
family thinks he's gay.
Yeah, yeah,
They can't
yeah.
believe that he's married, kid.
Right. Like when he would go on these little sexcapades
Yeah.
with his homegirl.
Yeah.
I was like, you're going out.
Oh, you're
Your
home girl.
homegirl, huh?
Yeah, right.
That's awful.
Well, I mean, look, if back to the NBA Cup.
So when was the last time you stuck a finger in your boy's butt?
Dude, look, I'm gonna tell you, you want to get really crazy on this podcast? We used to have a fucking terrible game with Gallo and all
my
our boys.
God,
Look, like, he knows exactly where it's going at.
Oh
but this is
my
different
God.
times, players. You know what I mean?
Is
Like,
it though?
yeah, like I mean, now I'm gonna sound like like Diddy trying to explain why he slapped Cassidy or something. Like,
Why I got 12
brother, the
bottles of-
times were different, huh? But like, was it? I don't know.
Go on.
But we used to play this game called credit card swiping. Come on, brother. Come on, man. Me,
Do you know?
me too.
Me too.
Do you
my
know where
brother.
credit card
Yup.
swiping is? Do you really?
Yeah, it's like, bro, it's a horrendous
It's an
game,
awful
dog.
game.
And like, so the game, if you don't know what credit card swiping is, if your boy leaves those cheeks open at any point in his life, he may get caught slipping, drinking something. He may be like just looking the wrong way. You come up and you load up that credit card, and you slide it right up the nigga's asshole.
That crack.
And,
Just
and the
up the
slower you can do it, the better.
The slower-
And then Gallo used to do this thing where he has a big old knuckle. He used to get the knuckle stuck in your asshole, dog. And it's so vicious. It's so violent, dog. It's,
And then you had to cap it off like by saying, access granted.
Yeah, like
It didn't count
approved,
if you didn't.
baby.
Yeah, if you didn't say access granted.
I
We would say swipe.
Yeah.
We would just say swipe.
Yeah, I've gotten horrendously
Yeah.
credit card side, like knuckle smelling like ass type shit. Yeah,
That's
When you're
sexual
getting
assault.
lifted off of the ground, that's not cool.
No, that's sexual
That's
assault.
not,
is what that
yeah,
is.
it's absolutely it's not cool.
That's,
It was a different time though. We would credit card swipe girls.
oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it was a different time.
Different time. That's different time. It's different time.
If you know, you know, dog. Whatever, bro. Like whatever. If you know, dog. Bear, holler at me. I know you lived that era, dog. M. Gomez,
M.
Strong
Gomez.
16, have my back. Jerry Kid. I promise you, all of them, dog, played this game and they sideswiped girls too.
Yeah.
Sideswiped girls.
Side-
What is that?
What is that?
What is that?
What is
one?
that? I never played Sideswipe.
I never played that game.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
a different game.
That's a crazy thing. So like
Yeah, we
again,
used
so
to
like
do
all
that
these
shit.
guys. I mean, look. If you're sitting at the crib and you're super like self-conscious about it, you're probably gonna be like, no, bro, I think it's so gay that he did that. You know what I mean? But it's like,
It's just a bunch
If
of guys
you find
being
it-
dudes, man.
If you find that gay, you're gay.
Yeah,
honestly,
right.
bro. But he's been
Right.
getting crazy backlash. Like, oh, bro, that shit is so gay. Like you're thinking like, but it's probably Gen Z. Like like.
But why would it be Gen Z when they're like so pro all of that?
Yeah, but there's a side of Gen Z that's developing right now that's like completely shifting gears. Where now everything has to be super masculine. Everything has to be like now it's like the opposite of that.
But now they're overcorrecting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. That's what I'm saying. And dude, like, bro, how many times, bro, if I come up to you on some like real homo shit, whatever, I come up to you and like, let's say you're chilling, dog, talking to whatever on the phone or something, dog. You're just sitting there and I catch you lacking and I slap your ass like rakata, dog, like real, like hands to cheek. Like, are you gonna turn around and be like, yo, dog, nah, cool, bro.
Oh,
Like,
no.
dog, like, bro, that is instilled, I think, in like just being a man in general. Like, I mean, I do have some friends now that I think about it.
Now that I think about it.
that they crossed the line, but not in like it just got weird. You know what I mean? Like you ever had that
No.
one friend? You know who I'm talking about. I'm gonna say it off camera. You know who I'm talking about. He knows like where it just got a little like, oh god, like that's uncomfortable. He ended up not being gay, but still.
But,
But for the most part,
what was he doing? You can't just say what are you?
he would do like the voice, you know, like he would like caress your shoulder and he would think of the
yeah.
voice.
No, that's a little
I'm
much.
gonna say it so Gallo knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Bro, he was like
yeah.
weird about it. Like, you know what I mean? You know who I'm talking about. And it was just like he would like sit on your lap and shit. Like it's not even funny. Like it was like I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like yeah.
enough.
That's
But
too
he
much.
ended up not
Right,
he ended up not
right,
being that.
right,
But whatever. Like there is a line.
Good for him.
But
Good for him.
okay,
Yeah.
In all fairness, too, like you're sticking a whole knuckle in someone's asshole.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, a little pinch in the butt or during the
but like-
celebration. I mean, it goes to show how important the cup is. Really, it's like a
That's the whole gist of it, dog.
Yeah.
It's you're gonna dick around,
Yeah.
dick around, stick
Actually
a fucking
dick
finger
around.
in your boy's asshole as you want a title. But it's a meaningless title, and I'm really happy that Knicks fans are showing who they truly are, but actually celebrating this thing.
Yeah.
Because they've never won. Well, I mean, or they won what in the '60s?
yeah. I believe the 70s.
It's 60s. So
In the '68, I want to say
Yeah,
was the
something
last
like that.
time.
Wow.
It was the
the first
Beatles
time
had
that
the
they
number
won
one record
something.
in '68. Actually,
Really?
No,
What was it? Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you.
it was a Let It Be.
Bro, you know what got crazy backlash from a lot of podcast viewers last time? Your take on new classic music. Speaking of the Beatles,
Did it?
like like that reel that you talked about of like people like requesting the club is in whatever the hell that was. Got so many people hit me up and were just like, bro, like there's no way that song is popping still.
Oh, it's super. Fun.
The Flow
I'll
Rider
record
one?
it next time.
Yeah,
Please
that's
do.
Yeah, that's kind of
Because
crazy.
I don't believe that. Like,
Yeah, I know. I got no. I'm
no,
not
like
saying-
I hear you.
yeah, I'm
No,
not
no,
saying-
fuck you guys.
No, but I didn't know what the hell was going on. I remember just telling people like hitting me up and being like, "Yo, dog, like, there's no way that's the right sound." I'm like, no, I mean, that's what he's saying, dog. I don't know. I mean, he is a pretty mediocre DJ. He's pretty not nowhere, and you're probably playing it at like some college bar, to be fair. But
That's what I mean. I literally said that. In
it was mostly people who felt like the couple that was like, "Why are you guys playing this
yeah,
music?"
but that was the whole
Yeah.
point, and
Yeah.
there's a bunch of kids,
yeah,
and they were requesting that shit.
yeah. Anyway,
Why are we even?
no, I just thought about that because of the Beatles thing. Anyway, doesn't matter. I just wanted to give you that feedback live and in person, baby.
You think one of those kids were asking maybe a woman on a date?
Absolutely not. They were not.
Oh,
But why do you ask?
I see you did
wow.
that. I like that.
Transition.
Transition.
Damn, he's good. This guy is
Yeah,
good.
this guy's good. This guy's good. This guy's good.
You know whose team I'm on.
A
Come
new
on, brother.
study came out.
Yep. Topic
that
number 2.
Men
Sure.
ages 18 to 25
Sure.
had never asked a woman out on a date.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. I'll be honest with you. Officially, I've never probably asked a girl on a date. Not like that. Like, you know, like there's the official, you go up to a girl, you like her, you're feeling her, and then you go up to her and tell her, hey, bro, like, not hey, bro, but obviously, like, what's up, baby?
What's up, baby girl? Like Boys to Men. Yeah. The Boys to Men voice.
Hold on, before I let this go, when's the last time you said, all right, so if I say this word, yo, dog, it's a fire-ass drobe, what would you think?
Drobe?
I don't know about drobe.
Clothes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
okay, cool. Like
Okay.
that's a word that's non-existent.
Drobe.
Yep,
Like wardrobe?
Nobody uses drobe. Nobody uses drobe anymore. I just wanted to point that out real quick. And we'll get back to that. But the point is, if you're gonna ask a girl out, usually people start asking girls out like, yo, would you go on a date with me? I don't never done that before. Every single time I've ever smashed a girl or even got on a date with her, I always ask her for drinks. That's my thing.
Yeah,
I've
that is
never
But
ever.
that's asking somebody out on a date.
That
dude.
is. That
That's-
qualifies as asking
Yeah.
somebody out on a date.
Yeah, okay.
1,000%.
Have you ever sobered a date? Have you ever done that? Because
What?
I haven't.
Sober? What do you mean sobered a date?
So, like, in other words, gone on a date, like maybe just been like on some, like a girl. Okay, first time you ever hang out, you go on a date and you don't drink. Have you done that before?
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never
I've
done that.
done it
before.
plenty of times.
I've
That's
never.
fairly normal.
yeah.
The thing is that you think that you have to get girls drunk. So you gotta
That's
sex
true.
with them.
That's what it is.
What are you doing, bro? That's why we have a production team
Yeah.
for. Be professional, bro.
want to ask them. Come on.
That- It's literally
It's really white.
Come on.
Max. I'm sorry. He has autism.
No, that's fine. Sorry.
Funny that he brings him here, but I stopped the
President.
That's what it was.
Yeah, dog. I couldn't. I couldn't do it
I got
anymore. Let me tell you something. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, so the point is, yes, you are right, 100%. Once I discovered alcohol when I was 19, 20 years old, I realized that it was much easier to smash chicks when I was banged up.
In all fairness, though, I
Yeah.
in all
Yeah,
fairness,
yeah, yeah,
no.
yeah.
In all fairness, though, I did have to make sure prior to asking that they were interested. So a lot of times, for example, one of the ones that I can think of off the dome that was sober over. It was like super formal, super like.
Yeah, that's harsh.
It wasn't harsh because here's the context. We had hung out at the club the week before, and we danced and we did that whole song.
So the
and
vibes
dance.
were there already.
Yeah. We kind of kissed.
Have
So
you
I
ever-
already knew that she was interested. So when I know that they're interested, then you can go ahead and do that.
course.
So maybe you're just like cold calling. Maybe you're just like, I gotta do
but-
this.
Okay,
I'm gonna go grab this
Do
drink.
you ever go like, okay, so as an example, you go out to the bar and you see a little honey, whatever. Are you gonna go like? Would you go up to her and like ask her out to dance, or like, or even just ask for her number, or ask to chill with her?
I mean, I would start talking to her.
Right. No, but okay. So
And then get there. I would not just be like, hey, let me have your number. Like,
Yeah.
no, you want to talk to them.
Yeah.
But that's
Right.
a form of asking, eventually you get to the point of asking them out, which is what I think that this is referencing.
Right.
Yeah.
That they're not
They're
even
not
getting to
even
that
do-
point of breaking the ice.
Exactly.
Or seeing if they're interested, if they're not interested, and going forward.
I think
with
like
that.
I learned this shit with the metaphor. I'll use the same one like that I'm thinking about right now. Like, there's a reason why I think these kids are not asking them, bro. Because number one, I don't know if the context of being on social media gives people access to send a DM and not have the live rejection that you don't have to go out there. It's like the lion isn't gonna go out there and hunt if he's brought food every single day. Like what difference does it make? So if you're like an all right looking kid, or even whatever, it doesn't matter. You could just sit there and DM a bunch of girls, shoot your shot 20 times, and if you don't get an answer, who cares? You just keep it moving. We didn't have that back then, so we're like forced to actually do it, and so that ultimately is probably the reason why it's not happening right now, like because of social media. I can't imagine it being anything else.
I feel like the context is more like that they're kind of scared.
Yeah.
Which goes hand in hand with one of the topics that we had about the virgins, that there's more virgins in the 25 years old or something like that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
It was
yeah.
25 years old.
Yeah.
That there's like a record number of virgins. It's the same concept. They're not talking to people. They're not going out there. They're,
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it has to do, like, again, though, a lot of it has to do with that because, bro, look, I'll give you a perfect example. My son is 6 months old and he is learning to crawl. Like, that's his thing right now. And the only reason he's learning to crawl is because he's so frustrated when we put him on his stomach that he can't move that he literally starts like screaming and tensing his body up, and then he'll like move and start wiggling, and then realize that the wiggle is how he moves. And so he'll like tense up and wiggle, and then eventually he's just gonna learn how to move. But because he's so frustrated, so like as a 14, 15-year-old kid, all I ever wanted to do in my life was literally see a pair of tits. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. I dreamt every single day. I went to, bro, this is how crazy it was that I would go home to the 7-Eleven just so that I could open the Playboy magazine. This is before they would wrap them up in plastic, just so that I could see tits before I went home. That's all I ever wanted to do. So the first time I got a pair of suckers on me, these melons were in my face, I was addicted. That's all I wanted to do. So if that meant get fit, get in debt for good clothes, get a haircut, get all this dumb shit so that I could see these pair of melons again, like willingly, why would I not do that? But it's the hunger. I was a lion and nobody was bringing me food.
Right.
This is nature, though. That's
Exactly.
actually, you can track that back where you would get into the grassy thing.
Neil deGrasse.
Yeah, this all stems for our need to reproduce.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
But, okay, so with that said, we're still humans. Humans are still being born, even in this era, even if there's super like loser Gen Z cuts.
Yeah. right.
Like they still have the need to reproduce. So why did that? How did we get to the point where that stopped? Where now we're going versus nature.
Right. It's social media, bro. It's social media thinking that these kids are like badasses. Because let's say, for instance, you're an okay looking kid. Say, for instance, Gallo. 16-year-old Gallo was a stud muffin.
He's a stud muffin now. I can
Yeah,
imagine.
but he also a little fat. Whatever.
No, I'm saying I can imagine
Yeah.
what he looked like then.
But women are into that.
But he looked
nowadays.
at. So if he had a social media as an example, he could put on this facade that he was a papi shampoo, right? And when it came down to it, maybe he wasn't in real life. You know what I mean? It's like that guy, bro. That guy that we were talking about off camera. The guy who got slapped up. It's like women's propaganda.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He's out there putting this facade that he's like this super like alpha male, like talking about all kinds of like hating on women, all this crazy shit. Which okay, cool.
Who was this?
The guy, man.
Bro, he's this influencer. He has a mustache, and all he does is react to videos.
Reacts to videos.
But he reacts to them in a way that's like very, very on the point of view of like be an alpha male, like men shouldn't do this and whatever. And the other day in the street, some guy who looks like the Penguin slapped the living shit out of him. Like legit slap, like bro, like get out of here talking shit and boom, slap, like open palm
stuff.
to the jaw, like it looked like an episode of like the slap UFC, whatever. Slaps him. And literally, he just like walks. He's like, whoa, bro. And he just ends up walking away. So this whole thing, to make him even more viral, could be completely like fabricated to rage bait, which there are accounts doing that right now. However, if it's real, it just goes to show that these kids are putting up a facade online, bro. And like, it's not real life, fool. Like if you go sitting there thinking that because you shot a girl a DM is for real, is you're really asking a girl out, you ain't doing shit, papi. You got to go out there. You got to spend bread. You got to take her to Flanagan's. You got to sit there and come up with lines. And here's the thing. Some of those lines ain't going to work 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Flat.
Bro, you're going to go home and she's going to be like, and then she's going to go hit up the real dude that she's smashing at 18, 19 years old. And you spend crazy bread.
And that's
and
how
you're
that
a
goes.
loser. And then you got to go home and you're like, damn, now what did I do wrong? And then the next day you got to come back and do that whole shit all over again.
Yeah,
and you got to
man.
talk to another girl. And the other girl ghosts you via...
Bro,
it's this whole...
Yeah, dude.
What do you think the fucking Cheeto gets on and he like all of a sudden attacks the first antelope and he eats him?
Yeah.
Hell no,
Bro, I had the most traumatic experience. I think I dare you guys to beat this traumatic experience, bro. It was I think it changed the way that my whole life,
Yeah,
the trajectory
no,
of my life, bro.
No, it
I was
probably
in middle
did.
school, bro.
It
I was in
probably
middle
did.
school, so think about this. This was 7th grade.
Ooh,
so
how
paint
old
that
were you when
picture.
you're seventh grade? How old are you?
13, no? 14?
Yeah.
13?
12. Are you?
12, 13, dog. So
So your balls just dropped.
yeah, so you're becoming a man. You're starting to get out there. You're starting to want tits. You're starting to,
Right,
realize there's a whole other world
Did
out
at
there.
this
different
point have you
sex.
seen a pair of boobs?
No. I had not seen yet. No, not live.
Not live.
Right? So I was there, but I was still very wholesome, very still, wet behind the ears.
There you
It's
go.
7th grade. You know how that is. We're swiping each other in the ass. all that good stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
rico.
So there's one girl I thought she was, bro. I had a super crush on her.
What'd she look like?
She was pretty. I don't know.
She was also 14, guys.
A minor. Yeah, no, I mean it was a chonga from Little Havana, my boy. It was a chonga from Little Havana with the thing.
This is like
Nameplate.
circa
With the
98,
gel.
99.
No, no, that's you,
No,
boy.
dude.
This was 2002 for me. Citrus Grove Elementary. Shout out.
You were in 2002. What year did you graduate?
I graduated middle school in 2003.
Oh, middle school. But you said elementary.
No, I said 7th grade, middle school.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
It's 12 years
right.
old. What are we
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, okay, doesn't matter.
Elementary,
Let's go back
dog.
to-
Whatever. So you're a chonga. At the time, I loved chongas.
Who did
that was
it?
my thing. Yeah, no, right. Who
I
did it?
still currently
I was
love
a chongo.
chongas.
Yeah, no. I told you guys, my wife is like a Bostonian chonga. I love it. Yeah, no, it's great.
Shout out, Shelly.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out,
Shelly.
She watches the pod. it's
Shelly the
terrible.
Chong.
Shelly the
Shout
Boston.
out Shelly the
The
logo.
mass chonga. So I told my boy, and he was friends with her. So I'm like, hey, bro, like, let her know I think she's cute. And I had never spoken to her. I had just seen her in the hallway, and I was like, damn,
What
she's
did you
fine.
look like? Paint me a picture.
I didn't look good.
12-year-old.
No, I didn't look good. I didn't look good. I didn't get it. I still didn't get haircuts. Like I went to an old man and would get like $9 haircuts, right? And I would just show up and sit. I wouldn't say nothing. He would just do whatever he thought was cool. And I'm talking about this guy was like 70.
Oh my
Yo, I'm talking about this guy was 70 years old.
No
right there.
fade.
No fade, no
No
lineup,
taper.
no at all, bro. Like
That
he
boy
thought
had
that
the
was like
clippers.
not it. That was it was only clippers. It was that old spiel, dog, right? So I wasn't the best looking kid.
So your
you
boy tells
I had the
her-
big ears, Piolín, still the big head. I was skinny. I wasn't the greatest looking, but some girls did think I was cute,
Sure.
but maybe they weren't great looking either.
Yeah.
So this girl, I was definitely reaching for the stars, right?
Oh, she was a little baddie.
Yeah, but it also says a lot about me because she wasn't even that much of a bad. But whatever. Point is, I tell my boy, right, and we set up this whole thing, and now I'm in class, and this was like maybe 5 minutes before the bell rang, so we had a little time to spare. You're chilling with your boys. I was in class talking shit. Everybody's like kind of running around the class settings, doing the same thing that we're doing here,
Right.
Right?
A
Teachers there.
podcast circa
Yeah,
2000.
well, I'm saying just talking shit.
Yeah.
Sitting down in class, like you don't want to be here, so you're
Right.
talking shit. You're 12 years old, you're immature, you're still doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and my boy walks into the room, and he goes, "Yo," and I turn around, and he's right next to her. Oh God,
That's horrible.
this is
dude.
traumatic. This is actually traumatic. I talked to my therapist about this.
telehealth.
I pay $50 a week to talk about this right here.
What a bum.
I turn around. So okay, so imagine I'm talking to you, right? So the door's over here. So I turn around, and she's right next to him, right? And she looks at me, and my boy goes, "It's him," and I just stay there like this.
Trying to give it your
Yeah,
best
my
pose
best angle.
with your 75-year-old man haircut.
She looks at me, and she goes, "Hell no!"
Damn.
I mean, it just stopped the whole class. She yelled it, bro. It was the worst thing. I didn't know where it was like a Southwest commercial.
Want to get away?
Want to get away, bro? It was I mean, it was
That's
all
awful.
downhill from
That's
there,
awful,
dog.
man.
It was all
bro.
downhill from there.
That's an awful story.
Put yourself as a
That hurt
7th
me.
grader, still trying to build up confidence,
Right,
thinking
right,
that the
right,
world is a
right,
nice
right.
world out there. There's
Right.
no mean people. Bad things don't happen yet. And the worst possible thing, bro. Think about that's why I said, can you give me a more traumatic experience? That's probably the worst possible thing.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, maybe falling. No, it's nothing. Nothing beats that, dog.
Yeah. That's awful.
But guess what, dog? I still got back up on the horse. dog.
Absolutely.
That
Dun,
right
You're
dun,
right.
dun, dun, dun,
That
dun,
right.
dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway,
Get 'em rock.
But here's the thing: if that wouldn't have happened,
Right.
you wouldn't have been able to sharpen that knife.
Right.
Also, there's things that mark your life. Little things that like that girl probably has a husband and she's married.
Bro, no. I know where she is currently.
Oh, does she?
She's a loser server at Flanagan's Grove.
no,
1000%.
no.
Yeah, super loser server at Flanagan's
Why
Grove.
do we
Damn,
ever
now they're
visit
gonna,
her?
yeah.
Because, whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
like
she's
the
a
Michael
loser.
B. Jordan when he's getting interviewed by his buddy. Like, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, dog.
There's certain things that that sucked. I remember, but like I've never been like hell nah. When
got
they're
hell
looking
nah.
at you, God, that gave me anxiety.
I know you
bro.
might not think that would happen to me. Looking
No,
at me
no,
right
you
now.
can't. No, bro.
Nah.
But that's the thing, bro. There's a lot of things that when you're jit, bro, that like genuinely are horrendous for you. And I don't know
mold
if
you,
that
man.
Now you're doing like if your homegirl, rather than him being like, yo, he'll like you'll shoot her a DM and he'll just like she'll just get ignored and
Yeah,
that's
leave
it.
you unseen. And
Yeah,
that's
so
it.
like you'll go on your whole life not knowing that she probably said hell no, but like via her phone,
Right.
and she didn't give you that reaction. Delete request.
But is that a
gone.
good thing?
No, of course not.
Because it builds character, dog.
Yeah, of
Going
course
through
not.
those moments, as traumatic as they are, it does build character.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get to a point in our lives, genuinely, because we understand how dangerous, like social media is, or like screens in general are, that we're gonna compensate the other way, and maybe the generation of our kids, or my kids in this case, maybe yours, Gallo, or even if you have new kids, like they're gonna grow up with like no screens. It's gonna be not cool to do that.
so.
Yeah, I think for like high school and stuff like that, like their social media is gonna be restricted. They're just not gonna have it because the thing is, it really is detrimental to them, bro. Like we're doing them no favors
No
by doing
favors,
this.
dude.
You know what it is to not have asked a girl out on a date by the time you're 18, 19. I was so horny, fool. There's no way I was gonna like let that slide, even if it's like. And that's the reason why sometimes, like, shout out Tortiño, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you have to get to the tortas. Because, like, back then, let's say, for instance, you weren't a confident kid. You weren't a great-looking kid. Let me tell you who showed you love, dog. You know, in your
torts.
case, it was, like, the black girls, you know, come
Always.
on. Always.
So-
It's weird.
Always.
It's
It's
weird.
weird,
It's this
dude.
thing that he has that if, like, he pulls up and it's, like, a group of, like, 6 black girls, they
Love them
gravitate
some
to
Gallo.
they literally want to have sex with him immediately. So sometimes...
It's one of like the weirdest tricks that
It's a party trick.
That's
at
pretty
this point.
cool. That's
Like if
pretty
he went
cool.
on a carnival cruise, he would
Oh,
kill it.
I would dominate.
Kill it.
I would dominate.
Kill it. Kill it.
You ever seen that viral video?
No.
No, wait, hold on.
What happened, Doug?
You ever seen that viral video?
You know what I mean, Doug?
You ever seen the viral video of the white boy on the cruise doing keep sweat?
Keep sweat. Yeah.
That's me.
I
That's
want
me.
to leave you. And then the black
And
lady.
they lose their shit. That's me. I don't know
It's
why I get that
insane.
reaction.
It's insane. My whole life I've had to go through this. Like we pull up and there's a hot black girl.
you're
Nah, that's Gallo all day. He's gonna smack that down all
Watch
day.
this.
Hey,
Gallo walks
hey,
in.
look at my boy pull up. Look at my
Watch.
boy pull up there, dog. Like, hey, look at him, look at him.
crazy.
Oh,
I don't know
it's
what it
insane.
is. I don't know what it is.
It's
That's really cool, though.
yeah, I wish I did
Or
that.
tortilla with the
tortilla with the big girl.
tortas.
So like
Yeah.
back then, whatever you had to eat, dog, like it is what it is, brother. You know what I mean? It was a fun time. It was different times.
It was a
What's
different
different
It
time.
was
man.
different times, yeah. But you know, whatever. Anyway, topic number 3.
Topic number 3.
Gallo, hit me with that topic.
So sort of kind of piggybacking on like the 18 to 25 year olds. A new study came out that 25 to 35 year old men are fearing time is running out and that they are the most stressed group of people.
Well, I mean, they should be pretty stressed. I mean, it is what it is. They're loser bums.
Well,
that,
no, 25 or 35 is still
I feel like-
us, no?
Nah,
A little
I mean,
bit?
yeah, but yeah, I'll be honest with you, and if you really want me, like, I'll get like Neil deGrasse Tyson type of
I'd rather
shit.
you not, but let's
Yeah.
do it.
I'd rather you not.
Yeah, I'd rather not take that. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, the most fear I've ever felt was at 31 years old. And that was when I was working at a corporate center. I was working at American Express. And legit, I just referenced this conversation. I probably reference this shit twice a month. I feel like I'm having deja vu because it's literally the conversation that I have at least twice a month. My worst moment in my professional career, if you're talking about just like work-wise, was realizing that I probably wasn't going to make it as a videographer. My partner at the time, shout out Creep, which is the coolest dude I know. He said, nah, I'm going back. I'm having a kid. Like, I can't be out there in the clubs with you. I had a videography career, and I realized that, like, oh, bro, like, the last person who we had a contract with was just like, yeah, no, I'm not going to renew it. Like, we have to do other shit. And I realized that I was just a loser bum at 31 years old. And the weight of the entire, like, not having a degree, like, all that stuff, like, everything that I ever did, like, college dropout,
Right.
bum loser,
Right.
was gonna be like not any career minded. I was gonna be like, bro, I'm just gonna do this corporate life and I'm never gonna be successful at owning my own business. I'm a bum. I've now failed at 4 businesses And like this last one just was the biggest slap in the face because I spent all this money trying to make this, and it was mildly successful at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember
And
that.
to just sit there and be like, okay, cool. And I remember getting up out of my chair and be like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go talk to my supervisor and tell him that I want to climb the corporate ladder. And I sat there, bro. It was crazy because he was so dismissive. He was. I remember him being on the computer and just being like listening, just like looking at things. And I was just like, hey, listen, man, is it okay if I speak to you? And he said, yeah, have a seat. The seat was the window, and like it had a little ledge on this window. He didn't even pull up a chair.
Right.
Or just sit on the thing. And I remember sitting there, and his name was Mike. And he was just the worst rat bastard, dog. Because all he ever did was just kiss up to everyone. I know people always say that about people, but he was genuine like one of the ass kisser corporate guys. And that's how he would move up. And he had already been like, he was already a manager. He was just like, oh, yo, what's up, bro? And I remember telling him like, dog, listen, like, I really think I want to like take this thing serious. I know that you always like, I remember like winning salesperson of the department, and they were just like, you don't ever take anything serious. Like, you're good on the phone. You clearly know how to bullshit your way out of situations that you sell, but like, we'll never think that like you can like steer someone or guide or have a team or whatever, you know, it was. And I remember sitting there doing that, and I was just like, listen, I want to take this serious. He's like, well, listen, you got to start showing me, you know, like this, like, you got to start showing me, like, he's like, bro, if I put you in charge of maybe a task, you know, take advantage of it, like, you know, send the emails out, respond to the emails. Because it was crazy though, my cubicle in my desk was so clean and there was nothing in it that like people would tell me, like, if you ever get fired, no one would ever know that you left that cubicle because there was nothing that I had. I didn't have a mirror, I didn't have anything. It was just literally a mouse, and it was super, super clean. Because I was like, if ever I leave, like, people would confuse my chair, be like, oh, I thought this chair was open. Like, nah, this is Gus's chair. Like, that's how crazy of a bum, and I never wanted to take that job serious. And he just sat there and was like, all right, well, if you got to send the emails out, brother. Like, you got to be more engaged. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to talk to the right people. And I was like, oh, like, and I sat there and I was just like, all right, cool. Like, I'm going to do it, dog. And I like left and I sat there on my chair and I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, I'm 31. I spoke all this entrepreneur shit. I tried so many times. I failed. And like, all right, cool. Like, let's do this. And I remember sitting there and like emailing him like, oh, what project can I like spear? You know what I mean? Like, what could I be the head of? And he was like, all right, well, listen, we got to push this credit card, you know, product out. Like, spear that, you know? And I was just like, all right, I got you, brother. And like, I remember going home and being like, damn, dog, like, I'm a fucking bum, bro. And it's because of the weight. You think that at 31, now I'm 38. And I look back to that 31-year-old Gus and I'm like, bro, like, you had all the time in the world, bro.
Right.
You had all the time in the world. And guess what? I asked my dad, like, what were you doing at 38? He's like, bro, I would kill. My dad is 70 years old. I would kill to be 38. So now you sit there at 38 years old and I'm like, nah, dog, like, I'm going to enjoy this.
No, this
I'm
is
going to
the
enjoy
time,
this. This
dude.
is our time.
Yeah,
if you're out there and you're that young, bro, you're 34, you're 38, you're a kid, dog. We're kids, bro. We're jits. You're how old, 36?
36.
Bro, I would kill to be 36.
Yeah.
And I sit there now to this day, this very second, and I'm like, bro, I have wasted so much time and I'm running out. I felt that study. I was like, bro, that's why I was like, and that's crazy, 25-year-olds too.
Yeah.
And that's when I was 27, I had Olivia. And I was already I already had been decided. You can ask him how we met at T-Mobile. And I was into the emails and I was into driving sales and let's go and rallying the team up. It wasn't until I met him that everything fell apart there. But it was a great thing. And then when Olivia was born, I was 27 years old. So I was married, I had a kid. I was doing what I thought was the right thing to do, or the norm.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I couldn't tell you why, but I just remember that as soon as she was born, I realized, nah, like, this is not the life that I would want for her. And I'm going to show, like, I don't know what it was. I just sat there and I was like, it just changed, you know. But because you had that weight of the world, you just went kind of, I don't want to say it's the easy route, because ironically that's the harder route. You kind of take the easy way out, you know, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to do the corporate thing and we're going to have stable income and we're just going to do what our parents did, or what you see on TV, or what's supposed to be the norm.
That shit depresses me.
And it's so cringe, and it's very depressing. And still to this day, as not to say that I'm any kind of successful super DJ or anything like that, but I've been able to accomplish things I would have never imagined. And even at that, I'm still like, I'm running out of time, bro. I'm running out of time.
Yeah.
But really, it's very true, and it's so funny because I was gonna make a post about this, but it's like the movie Click, right? That's how you have to kind of shift your perspective.
Thousand.
Is we all think about the dream, the goal, But that's not really kind of what it's about. It's about all the middle stuff. In Click, the dude gets to skip all the mundane stuff. He gets to skip the walking the dog, the going on the conferences, all that, the family time, everything that he needed to do. You know, he skipped all of it, got to the end of it, and then he still wasn't fulfilled.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you like, oh, I don't know, I'm a loser, I'm this, I'm that, like, bro, honestly, if you're 25 to 35, you have all the time in the world, and this is part of your process. The same way that we just spoke about me getting hell no'd, that was part of my process, and it led me to something else, into a different belief, into whatever, into figuring it out. The same way with you, that you tried it, and you're like, all right, you know what? Let me try this out. Yeah. And then you realized again that nah, dog, this still is not. Still, I failed 4 times, but this is still not for me. So you have to kind of, in a way, I don't know how, but you have to fall in love with the mundane parts of life, because this is the things that you look back at and you're like, I couldn't have done it without 31-year-old Gus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it without 27-year-old Mello.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it comes down to. So yeah, absolutely, you could feel that way, because I still to this day have to battle to not feel that way.
Yeah.
But in reality, now that you're saying that, you know, about your dad, he's towards the end, you know, of his goals and whatever he wanted to accomplish, right? Now he looks better than all of us.
Yeah.
Not in that sense, but towards the end of maybe the things that he wants to accomplish.
Right.
And even at that, not to sound like Gary Vee-ish, even at 70, he could pick up something tomorrow and be like, I'm going to do this, and you could still do it. So just have that perspective of, it does feel that way, but maybe because of the norm and what you've put in your own head. But bro, if you're going through hell, just, this is part of the process, and you're going to need this part right here to further, you know, improve.
Yeah, bro. It's tough. It's tough to like do that shit, man, because like, and it sucks because there's a lot of people, bro, and I get it, dog. Like, there's a lot of people that sit there and you do the comparison and you look at the people that have already done there. Like, let's say, for instance, you're starting off a DJ, bro, and you're like legitimately looking at a DJ Mello as an example, and you're following you on social media, and they just see the highlights. They see you at Gecko. They see you at all these like premier places. But they weren't there when you just had your had a tank top and I was shooting you on a Canon D because you had nobody else to take you pictures. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, let's take some pictures for your website. At the time, it was a WordPress website. Remember that?
WordPress.
You know what I mean? Like those kind of websites. So I would take pictures of you and I was like, bro, let's go. Let's do this. And now they see you at Gecko like, oh, I could do that too. You know what I mean? But they don't know what it was like, all that shit. They think like, oh, like there's no way I'm going to make it. Don't let that pressure get to you, bro, because that shit will destroy you, bro. That shit was crippling for me, bro. Like, and the worst part about it is that, like, as much as like whatever, like I'm a shit talker. I talked a big game that I was like, oh, I'm gonna be this entrepreneur. And I'm sure you remember when I was like, bro, like I spoke a house of shit, and the fact that I couldn't back it up was just like so ego deflating for me for such a long time. And I genuinely thought like, okay, cool. Like I'm just gonna be this corporate fucking loser that I literally would sit through night school, school classes, my every single job I ever did, the same shit would always get repeated. Gus, you're cool. You could talk on the phone. You could sell whatever, but you don't ever take this serious. And the reason why I said it, because I don't want to be that loser. I don't want to be that corporate manager. I'm too good for that. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. And imagine failing in every single thing. After that's what you said, that like that's your identity, fool. Like you were going to be this boss, you know what I mean? And now you're like this 31-year-old bum that didn't do shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like at least when I met you, you were never that guy. You didn't even think about, bro, you were afraid of flying. You had multiple keychains on your carabiner. You were super into emails about whatever it was, accessories Magenta at T-Mobile. Tuesdays. Yeah.
Magenta
Stupid shit.
Tuesday.
He would bring donuts in on like the monthly meetings.
You were the donut
guy? He was a fucking loser, bro.
Wow.
No, for a minute, bro. And it wasn't until...
All right. We get it.
No, but you don't understand.
He was a loser. An actual loser, bro.
No, that's true, though.
And it wasn't until we would have these... And I'm not saying I changed your life because it's not me. I'm saying it wasn't until something clicked that you were just like, okay, cool. Like, even if you are in that situation where things are looking grim, things are looking awful, whatever the fuck, bro, there's so much time. And I don't want to make this like a motivational speaking, like I made it. Because at the end of the day, I'm 3 mistakes away, one big mistake away from nobody having a job.
Yeah.
That's legit. That's true. That could happen right now. But if you just stop and think, it's like what you said, sometimes the journey there is worth more than the end of it. Because sometimes I look back and we saw that meme or whatever where you're just like, bro, right now you're living in shit and not happy in things that 5 years ago, 3 years ago, you only dreamt about doing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I have a bunch of watches in my display. I remember having only 6 watches, and they were all shitty watches. And I remember sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, one day I'm going to have a display and I'm going to have a bunch of cool ass watches and people are going to be able to walk by and be like, oh, that's cool, but I can never afford that. You know, like oh, let's walk in there and see what the price of this, because I only had these 6 watches that nobody ever came in. And now I have that. And now I'm like, oh, I have to have this and I have to have pawn stores and I have to have all this shit. And you got to sit there and think about it. Like, you have to sit back and be like, bro, like, you're one lucky, stupid fucking idiot that you get to go work every single day and do what you love. Like, I wake up in the morning and that's all I want to do. I want to get to work. I spend time with my family, but I want to get to work. And I'm tired at the end of the day because I love doing what I do. And I did it so much that I fucking hurt at the end of the day.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy, bro. It's
That's
crazy.
what it's about. And then, and again, I mean, there's nothing wrong also with striving for more, but yeah, you don't become any of that without the ugly parts, bro. And I think a lot of people avoid that, which causes even more pressure on yourself because you try to kind of shortcut your way out of it, and then that doesn't work. And then what, But I was listening to this podcast. Last thought on that is, and how you said you failed 4 times. I was listening to this podcast where the girl, she was saying that she had an interview where the job interviewer asked her, like, how many businesses have you failed at? Like, because they wanted to know. And she was like, I never really tried to, like, start a business. So I said none, like at 0. I never tried. And they kind of took that as like a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just to give you a little perspective, like, failing that doesn't feel great, but in the long run, it's part of the journey.
Yeah.
It's part of the journey, and you're
Stupid-
going to learn
It's
from
that
it.
stupid Michael Jordan quote. Like, what is it? Like, I failed.
Yeah, he gave
whatever.
the stats of how many shots he
yeah.
missed, how many game winners he missed. And that is why I succeed, literally. And I mean, it sounds such cliche and nonsense, but it's the reality, bro.
All right, let's be real here. Let's wrap this up. We are not going to be here. We are all leaving. We're taking a holiday break. We will be back the first week of January. Strong 16. We'll do this with a formal. I'll let you guys all sign off. I'll sign off by saying thank you to Strong 16. We are back on YouTube. We are back on Spotify. We are back on all the social media platforms. If you guys listen to it all the way at the end, and you've been following now for officially a year and a half that we've been shooting this podcast, I appreciate you guys. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and a Happy New Year. And I'll see you guys next year.
Dale.
Merry Chrysler.